3:30 on ABC. It is the LSU Tigers. It is the Ole Miss Rebels. Number 4 against number 13. Ole Miss is favored at home by 2 points. Now, the biggest story that nobody is talking about right now is this quarterback debate at Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Because I think it's a real debate. On one hand, you've got Austin Simmons, who won the job out of camp, has clearly shown flashes, but has been prone to turnovers and more recently some injuries. And then on the other, you've got Trinidad Chambliss, who's the transfer from Ferris State. You talked to Bill Connolly before the year.
Well, no, Bill Connolly just
Chambliss.
wrote about him, that he was a believer in him in his Ole Miss preview as part of his SEC preview. Yeah.
He's a huge believer in Trinidad Chambliss, and why not? Trinidad Chambliss has been absolute money every time he has seen the field so far. Obviously played last week for the injured Austin Simmons. Every season we have forks in the road like this. Every season. Every team.
Yeah.
Most of them we only realize in hindsight. But this is one I think that we understand in the moment. Certainly Lane Kiffin understands it in the moment. This is a huge moment for him. It's a huge deal for Ole Miss to get this right. If it's me, and nobody has called to ask my opinion, but if it is me, I say Austin Simmons looks like the future. I think you got to ride the hot hand. I think you got to stick with Trinidad Chambliss. I think he should be the pick for this game on Saturday at home against LSU.
Okay. I think he's really good. I think he's also smaller and doesn't have a huge arm. He looks like an incredible athlete. Is fearless, goes downfield, underthrew some dudes. You know, it's a new level. You're dealing with new type of speed and new types of defenses to try and understand. I kind of think Austin Simmons is a less exciting quarterback, but the best of him might be better given his familiarity in this offense against LSU. I don't know what his health is, though. I think Chambliss is really good. I'm sold on him as a good SEC quarterback. I am. But this LSU defense is fast and angry. And I don't know, man. They turned DJ Lagway over 5 times. Florida offense is broken. That's fine. I trust Lane Kiffin to sort of create a vision and create an offense to get over LSU.
But do you think that LSU's defense is definitely that much better?
Yes.
Because it's fair to wonder about those wins over Clemson and Florida.
Yes. I don't think it's completely fixed. No. I'd like to see better quarterback play than Cade Klubnik and DJ Lagway, as crazy as that would sound to say in August.
Crazy, right? Crazy. That's absolutely on point.
But yeah, I mean, Ole Miss was right there to win this game last season when LSU had an offense. So I'm not sold that LSU won't have an offense this year. I'm not sold that LSU has completely fixed their defense. The game's in Oxford.
Yeah.
I think I like Ole Miss here. The worst thing on this field right now is LSU on offense. Brian Kelly's losing his mind when he's asked about, oh, your offense has been a little bit disappointing. You can't run the ball. He's like, we won a game. We won. God, why aren't you talking about that? We won.
He insists that they can run the ball.
They can't run. They haven't been able to run the ball this year. Maybe practice is a different story. Maybe running against the scout team, they look a lot better.
The numbers, for whatever they're worth, after 4 weeks, the numbers would say otherwise. The numbers would say that even if they do run on occasion, they certainly can't do it consistently.
Yeah.
And if you're going at Ole Miss, frankly, they're way more gettable on the ground than they are in the air.
Agree.
So it should be there. Like, if Brian Kelly's theory here is that, yes, we can run the ball, we just haven't always shown you, this should be a week where they show the rest of the world, because that is how, per the numbers, you seemingly would want to go at Ole Miss.
Agree. And you know what? Florida's defense comes to play. Maybe Clemson's doesn't. But Florida's defense, despite its offensive issues, has shown up this year. So that's a tough defense to play against, I guess. LSU, I mean, Brian Kelly has talked about how Garrett Nussmeier has had torso injury, soreness type things. I don't love that. I don't know. I think I'm going to give the advantage to Lane Kiffin at home here to find 30 points, because I think that's the number that these teams need to vaguely get to.
No,
and I don't trust LSU to get there. So I think LSU is going to make plays on defense, and I think Ole Miss is going to make plays on offense. What's the line here?
2.
Yeah, I have Ole Miss winning this 28-24.
The other question I have is whether we're going to see Ole Miss blitz a little bit more than they have.
Okay.
They've played 3 quarterbacks so far this year, Zach Calzada, Taylon Green, Jake Retzlaff, who are good runners. And I think that's part of why they haven't blitzed that much at all this season. A lot less this season than last. Garrett Nussmeier is not a runner. He's not. So are they going to try to dial up more pressure? Are they going to try to force a mistake, especially if LSU can't run? That, to me, is something I think worth monitoring. The story that I've invented and told myself now,
please,
is that LSU's not going to be able to run effectively. They're going to put a lot on Garrett Nussmeier. That Ole Miss is going to bring more pressure and force a mistake. That we're going to see Trinidad Chambliss out there, and that his legs ultimately are the difference. I've got this as a high-scoring affair.
Oh, okay.
But I'm with you. I think Ole Miss wins. I've got it at 37-33.
Okay, 4-point victory. We agree.